When you're ready. Okay, I need to grab that. Okay, hello everyone. I am opening this Landmark Preservation Commission emergency meeting on May 27th, 2025 at 1:02 p.m. We'll first introduce ourselves as commissioners. My name is Erica Warzel. I'm an architectural historian and preservation consultant nominated by the community at large. Larry.
I'm Larry Sykes. I'm an architect nominated by History Colorado.
I'm Nick Fusianis. I'm an architect. I was nominated by the American Institute of Architects.
My name is Chris McGinnis. I'm a forensic architect, and I was nominated by the mayor's office.
And I'm Emily Hazen, a preservationist and designer nominated by City Planning.
And I'm just Brittany Bryant, Denver Landmark staff.
Just.
Yeah. Okay, no one is still on, so okay. So since we don't have anyone on this meeting, we'll skip our usual audio tips. And we don't have anyone here in person either, so we don't have any public comments to invite. So I think we'll move straight to our one agenda item, which is the business item. And the process for this is I'll announce the item on the agenda. We'll hear from staff introducing it, and commissioners will have a chance to ask any questions with staff clarifications to follow up if necessary before the commission goes into deliberation for a motion and vote. So our one agenda item is business item number 2025-LMDEMO-75 at 400 South Williams Street. Yeah. And we'll hear from Kara Hahn.
My name is Kara Hahn. I'm the Landmark Planning and Regulatory Supervisor, and I am working on this case along with my colleague, Becca Dierschow. This is a demolition application that was submitted to Landmark Preservation, and I apologize because of our internet outages. I have to look back at my notes a little bit more. So it was submitted on March 13th of this year. All demolition applications come to Landmark for review, both in and out of a historic district. We look and research the property to determine if it has the potential to be a Denver landmark. We researched this property and found that it had the potential. This is a very rare occurrence. About 97% of all demolition applications that we receive are reviewed and approved by city staff, and it moves forward in the permitting process. In this instance, we found that it had the potential to be a Denver landmark. If that happens, we provide public notice to the community. We post signage on the property, notifying the community that a potential landmark is up for demolition. There's notices on our website. We provide information to the property owner, and it's publicly posted for 21 days. During that 21-day period, if 3 residents of the community, 3 residents of Denver, come forward and say this is a property worthy of preservation, they can submit what's called a notice of intent to submit a designation application. And what that does is that pauses the process a little bit longer to have a conversation between the community and the property owner to see if there's a possibility of finding a win-win solution, that maybe the property could be reused, the developer receives the financial gains that they are still looking for with that, and that the community can retain an important building to the history of Denver. So in this case, 3 residents of Denver came forward, and there's actually 4 members of the community that have been active in this process. It's paused for a total of 60 days. So it's paused for 21 days, and then another 39 days, basically it's paused for a total of 60 days. During that time period, there is a facilitated mediation. The facilitator is a third party. He's hired by the city, but he doesn't represent anyone, and he brings the parties together to see if some sort of creative solution can come forward. It's meant to kind of get out of the binary designate or demo the building. Is there a way to find some compromise in between? Throughout this process, they've been working at different things. Some of our colleagues on our rezoning side have been working to find, is there some sort of like creative zoning option that could come forward, or a preservation-minded buyer who might be interested in preserving the property? They found that there are a couple of options that may be working, but today is day 60. And they'd like to continue the process. And so all parties are wanting to extend the process another approximately month to July 1st. Per our ordinance, section 30-7, any time limit set forth in this chapter, the DRMC, the landmark ordinance, may be extended by mutual consent of the commission, the owner, and the applicant. Technically, the NOI residents are the applicant, there's the owner of the property, and then you as the commission. So we've done this a few different times over the last 5 or 6 years as a way to help preserve some properties. And we have found over time that this process actually does work. You can come to some sort of compromise where the owner still gets their financial gain and the property is preserved in some form. Not all of it, but some of it is often preserved. So you have before you letters and signatures from, there's an email from one of the NOI residents, but there's the 3 signatures of the 3 primary NOI residents, as well as a letter from the property owner, all saying that they agree to an extension of the deadline from today to July 1st. July 1st is the is an LPC meeting date. So it was chosen in case there's, they're working through it, but haven't quite found a solution. This could be added to your guys's your July meeting. So we are recommending that you approve the motion. There are many screens here. I'm so sorry. Okay, I just need to take it over there. Okay. Sorry, thank you.
That's okay.
So we're recommending that you approve this extension, but I'm happy to answer any questions you guys might have because I know that was a lot of information.
Thank you, Kara. Any questions?
I do have one.
Can you use the microphone?
Does
Does that one work?
That does work.
Okay.
It looks like it's all on too.
Yep.
30 days seems pretty short for these kinds of things in my experience. Could it be, 45 or 60 or something like, so we don't have to do this process again?
Yes, 30 days is a little short, but I believe that is probably what the property owner is not wanting to go on much further than that. I apologize. This is really Becca's case and I'm pinch hitting for her. She is currently enjoying herself on a overseas vacation. So I was not the one who was in those meetings. I agree 30 days is short, but they do feel like they've kind of reached some, that there's a culmination of like decisions. So it could be that it's extended. There's also some other options that they could look at as it gets closer. But yes, I agree 30 days is a little short to make this work, but it was at least, they had said 30 days and we said, how about like 33 days to get to your next meeting so that if something happens, you guys would be at your regular meeting versus calling an emergency meeting for you guys.
Thank you.
Right. Would anyone like to make a motion? And if so, you'll need the microphone.
Do we want to deliberate at all, or are we?
Oh, I mean, yeah.
Does
And
anybody have-
does anyone have anything to, okay.
All right. I move to approve an extension of the 60-day time limit per the DRMC section 30-6 1B3 and section 30-7 for the proposed issuance of the landmark demolition approval for 40 South Williams to July 1st, 2025 per presented testimony, submitted documentation, and information provided in the staff report.
I think we need a second first.
Okay.
So I will second. Erica will second after Emily has made the motion. And I will make the friendly amendment that it's 400 South Williams instead of 40.
Great.
Yeah. All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed or abstained? All right, the motion carries. Thank you. And I believe that concludes this emergency meeting, so we will close it at 1:12 p.m. Thank you.